If you're receiving Social Security SSI or SSDI benefits, you need to pay attention right now because there's a major rule change taking effect on January 1st that could seriously impact your payments. I'm not talking about small adjustments or minor tweaks. I'm talking about changes that could delay your check by weeks or even cause you to miss payments entirely if you're not prepared. And here's what frustrates me. Most people have no idea this is coming. I spent hours going through the official Social Security Administration documents and policy updates, so you don't have to wade through all that confusing paperwork. What I found is a mix of challenges and opportunities. Yes, there are some hurdles ahead, but there's also some genuinely positive news that could mean more money in your pocket. The key is knowing what's happening and taking action before it's too late. If this is your first time watching, make sure to subscribe because I break down government benefits, Social Security updates, disability information, and Medicare changes in plain English every single week. Go ahead and drop a comment below with your city and state. I love knowing where everyone's watching from, and it helps me understand what issues matter most to you. Let's get into what's happening. I'm going to cover this in two parts. First, I'll explain what's already changed that's causing payment issues for millions of people right now. If your check hasn't arrived recently, this is probably why. Second, I'll talk about what's coming after January 1st, including new requirements you'll need to follow and some potential benefit increases that could put real money back in your pocket. The biggest issue affecting people right now started back in September. An executive order was issued requiring the Social Security Administration to transition everyone from paper checks to electronic payments within just 2 months. The deadline was September 30th, and after that date, paper checks were cut off. We're talking about roughly 5 million people who were still receiving their benefits through the mail. Many of you didn't receive proper notice, or you got the notice and didn't realize how urgent it was. And now, millions of people are waiting for payments that aren't coming. The official reasoning behind this change is that electronic payments are faster, more secure, and help prevent mail theft and fraud. That all makes sense, but the way this was rolled out left too many seniors confused and without access to their money. If you're one of those people still waiting for a check that never arrived, you need to act immediately. You have two options to get your payments back on track. The first option is direct deposit. This means setting up your bank account to receive payments electronically. Your money goes straight into your checking or savings account on your payment date. The second option is the Direct Express debit card, which is a prepaid card backed by the government specifically for federal benefit payments. It works just like a regular debit card. You can use it to shop online, make purchases in stores, withdraw cash from ATMs, anything you'd normally do with a bank card. To set either of these up, go to godirect.gov. You can enroll online, call their phone number, or download a form to mail in. If you're setting up direct deposit, you'll need your Social Security number, information from your most recent check, your bank's routing number, and your account number. Your bank can help you find those numbers if you're not sure where they are. If you're going with the Direct Express card, call their number and have your Social Security number, information from your last payment, and your date of birth ready. The card is completely secure and backed by the U.S. Treasury Department. I need to be honest with you. Processing this information takes time, which is exactly why you need to do this today, not next week. The sooner you get your information submitted, the sooner you'll start receiving your payments again. I've been seeing comments from people who haven't gotten a check in over a month. This is the reason. The second issue causing people to lose money is Social Security overpayments. This happens when you receive more money than you're technically entitled to, and it usually isn't your fault. Most overpayments occur because employment information wasn't reported quickly enough, or there was a change in your living situation that affected your benefit calculation. The problem is, once Social Security discovers they overpaid you, they start taking the money back. Sometimes they'll take your entire check until the overpayment is recovered. Other times they'll take 50% or more, leaving you with barely anything to live on. If this is happening to you, understand that you have rights. You can appeal the overpayment decision, and you can apply for what's called a waiver based on financial hardship. If you genuinely cannot afford to have money withheld from your check, you can prove your financial situation to Social Security, and they may reduce or stop the withholding. This is especially important for those of you on SSI or SSDI. If your check is suddenly smaller or missing, call Social Security immediately and ask about overpayment appeals and waiver options. Don't just accept that your money is gone. The third thing that already happened involves the 2026 cost of living adjustment. Social Security announced a 2.8% COLA increase for next year. If you have a My Social Security account online, you can log in right now and see your exact new benefit amount. There was a deadline of November 19th to view this information online, but if you missed it, don't worry. They're mailing out letters within the next couple of weeks that will show your updated amount. Here's something important to remember. Social Security pays a month behind, so even though the COLA takes effect January 1st, you won't see the increase in your bank account until February. And let me be real with you, that 2.8% increase sounds decent until you realize that Medicare Part B premiums are going up by about 10%. After they deduct those higher premiums, your actual increase is more like 1.9% for most people. If you're receiving $1,000 per month, your real increase after Medicare is closer to 1%. That's barely enough to keep up with inflation. This is why I'm genuinely excited about what's being discussed in Congress right now. There are bills with real momentum that could dramatically change your financial situation. The Social Security Expansion Act is the most significant piece of legislation I've seen in my 15 years of covering this topic. Let me break down what it includes. First, there's a proposal to increase everyone's Social Security benefit by $200 per month permanently. Now, there are actually two different $200 proposals being discussed. One would give you $200 extra per month for 7 months in 2026 to help with inflation. That's temporary and would put an extra $1,400 in your pocket this year. But the Social Security Expansion Act would give you $200 extra every single month permanently. That's $2,400 per year, every year, for everyone on Social Security and disability. An extra $200 per month could cover your utility bills, your groceries, your medications. That's money that makes a real difference in your daily life. The second part of this act targets people receiving the lowest benefits. If you're currently getting less than $13,500 per year in Social Security, that's about $1,125 per month or less. This bill would raise your benefit to 125% of the federal poverty level. In 2026, that's almost $20,000 per year, or about $1,660 per month. If you're currently receiving $1,000 per month, your benefit would jump to $1,660. That's a $660 per month increase, or nearly $8,000 extra per year. This provision is designed to help low-income workers who paid into the system their whole lives and deserve better than barely scraping by in retirement. The third change addresses something that's bothered me for years. The current cost of living adjustment formula doesn't accurately reflect how seniors actually spend money. They calculate your COLA based on how young workers spend money, not retirees. You're spending more on healthcare, prescriptions, housing, and utilities, and those costs have been rising much faster than 2.8%. The Social Security Expansion Act would change the formula to the CPIE, the Consumer Price Index for the elderly. This formula looks at what seniors actually spend money on and calculates inflation based on your real expenses. If this passes, your future COLA increases would be higher and more accurate. So who does all of this affect? If you're on SSI, that's about 7.4 million Americans who are elderly, blind, or disabled with limited income. These changes are massive for you. If you're on SSDI, you're included. If you're a retiree on regular Social Security, you're covered. Even if you're not on benefits yet but thinking about applying, these changes could significantly impact what you'd receive. This affects single mothers, veterans, elderly Americans, people with disabilities, anyone who became too disabled to continue working. This is about all of us. Here's what you need to do right now to protect yourself and prepare for January 1st. If you haven't already, sign up for electronic payments through godirect.gov or by calling the Direct Express number. Don't put this off. If you've had any overpayments or if your check amount changed unexpectedly, call Social Security and ask about appeals and waivers. Don't accept reduced payments without understanding your options. Set up or log into your My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount. This is where you'll see your benefit information, your COLA increase, and any notices from Social Security. Gather your documentation right now. Bank statements, proof of income, proof of living arrangements, anything related to your benefits. Keep it all in one safe place. If you have a complex situation, you're working part-time, you live with family, you have a joint bank account with someone, consider calling your local Social Security office or talking to a benefits counselor. Get ahead of potential issues before they become problems. Yes, there are challenges ahead. The transition to electronic payments has been difficult for many people. Overpayments are scary. Reporting requirements are getting stricter. But there's also real hope. The Social Security Expansion Act represents meaningful change. A genuine $200 increase, substantial help for low-income seniors, and a COLA formula that actually makes sense. These bills are in Congress right now with momentum. If enough of us make our voices heard, they can become reality. Stay informed, take action, and advocate for yourself. If this video helped you, hit that like button and subscribe. Check out my other videos about Social Security, disability benefits, and Medicare. Drop a comment below with your questions. I read every single one, and I'll do my best to help or make a video addressing your concerns. Share this with someone who needs it. Your mom on disability, your veteran friend, your elderly neighbor. Let's make sure everyone knows what's happening and what they need to do. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you trusting me to help you navigate this system. Take care of yourselves.